Hello everyone. This is Suzanne Knabe-Nicole from Police Science Doctor with your weekly dose of police science in a snippet format. Police Science Doctor tries to bring research findings in the fields of criminology, police research, evidence-based policing, investigative psychology, all those areas to the frontline practitioner who might be working in law enforcement wherever you are in the world. One of the things that I do as police science doctor is to go through research findings, most of them quite recent, to see if there's anything that's quite practical, applicable, and immediately put into practicable for you guys. And then I put them into an email to send them to everyone who's on the free Police Science Doctor email list every Tuesday, usually at 2 o'clock UK time. And I also go online in this fashion and talk about them and put them a little bit into context if I can. So if you do think there might be something useful to you, just Google police science, go to Police Science Doctor and input your details into the form that pops up or that you can find at the bottom of each page to get onto the email list. It's not used for spam, it's just for the snippets and any other communication that I think might be of interest to you. So the snippets for this week. The first one is about respect and cooperation. People who feel that the police treat them with respect are more likely to cooperate with them and provide investigatively relevant information. So this is research that has found that. I did just finish marking a lot of essays for my students on procedural justice and, things like police accountability. And this comes up over and over again. People are more likely to obey the law if they feel that the police or those who have put the laws into place and who are enforcing them are doing so with integrity, honesty, fairness, and transparency. So you can prevent crime using procedural justice, and I think it's completely underused as a crime prevention tool. And you can also get people to work with you better. So that's both victims, witnesses, and suspects. Suspects are also more cooperative when they feel they're being treated fairly and with respect. There's been a lot of research on that. Look up Professor Lawrence Allison and rapport-based interviewing. The second snippet for today is about angry detectives. Detectives who are in an angry state during an investigation may focus in on a particular suspect and develop confirmation bias, in that they may tend to disregard exonerating evidence and would require more evidence to believe the suspect is in fact innocent. So we're not necessarily talking about red-faced detectives slamming doors and all of that. But do bear in mind that everyone who investigates is also a human. When I investigated people and I interviewed them, suspects, in your country it might be called interrogation, you can't always leave your emotions out of it, but you should. If you've got someone in front of you and you've seen some evidence to suggest they have harmed someone, and just imagine that for a sexual offense, imagine that for an offense against a child, it's going to be more challenging to leave your emotions by the door, but you should. And you should always investigate in an open fashion, and the earlier you close your mind and focus on specific leads, the earlier you risk perhaps biasing your investigation and closing yourself off to alternative possibilities. The third and last snippet for today is about eyewitness identification. Eyewitnesses who pick a person out of a lineup quickly are more likely to have selected the actual suspect than an innocent filler person. So those who can very quickly point someone out, they might be right more often than those who sort of take a long time deliberating. Also, if they've sounded more confident in their choice, that choice was more likely to be accurate than wrong as well. So this research, as a result of this, suggests that so the identification officer obviously takes down the person that the witness picked out, if they did pick someone out, but they're suggesting as well that they should also record how quickly that person selected the suspect out of a lineup and how confident they were. So in this research, there were independent observers who rated the confidence and recorded the time. And this might be useful for investigations. So I hope that out of those 3 snippets from this week, there might be something that could have been relevant for your job. But don't forget, there's a backlog of 123 other police science snippets weeks, times 3 snippets every time. When you get onto the free Police Science Doctor email list, you also get password protected access to all the previous snippets. and you can actually download them as PDFs and build yourself up a library. So I'm sure there's going to be something that's going to be useful for you. I hope that you got something out of this, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Until then, bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this content useful. You can get access to each episode's transcript with key learning points, timestamps, and references if you get yourself onto my mailing list. Just go to the main website on policesciencedoctor.com, and on the bottom of each page you will find a sign-up form for notifications of new content. Just enter your first name, your preferred email address, and the type of organization you work for. You will not get any spam. This is just for me to let you know about new content and for you to get access to all the transcripts.